Hello, this is Alex with Anchor Collectibles, and we're done with all the unique color combination commanders in our arsenal. And now we're doing our colorless commander deck. It has been awesome showcasing each of our commander decks, and it is a bit bittersweet to be done with the unique colors, but I'm not done with commander spotlights. I've had some friends reach out to me to make commander deck lists, and I will start doing that. Spotlighting different deck lists that I am asked to create. This was the very first rare or mythic rare I pulled from my very first pack back in Aether Revolt, Heart of Kiran. Helming this deck I call Heart of the Cards. For those not aware, Edge of Eternities brought a change to Commander. They allowed legendary vehicles and stations to be commanders, which made me happy because I was able to make this commander deck. Heart of Kiran is a legendary artifact vehicle that costs 2 generic mana with the following abilities: Flying and Vigilance, and it can be crewed for 3. To crew, you tap creatures with total power equal to or greater than the crew cost, in this case 3. Heart of Kiran can also be crewed by removing a loyalty counter from a planeswalker. This deck is an artifact deck with a lot of artifact synergy and payoffs, as well as a couple non-artifact spells. But first, it's the veggies. Ramp in a colorless deck is mostly in the form of artifacts like Soul Ring, but this deck is a bit more upgraded with Mana Vault. You also have Jorah's Familiar to make artifacts cheaper, as well as Karn, Legacy Reforged, and Living Legacy. One gives colorless mana equal to the number of artifacts you control, and the other gives Power Stones. We have Palladium Mirror, Mannequin, 2 Mana Dorks, and we do have Krark Clan Ironworks. Our card advantage comes in the form of card draw, tutoring, as well as graveyard recursion. We have trading posts for draw and token generation, Sensei's Divining Top, as well as a bit of graveyard recursion with Workshop Assistant, Junk Diver, and Junk Troller to get things back in the library. Mystic Forge allows us to cast from the top of our library, and Urza's Saga allows us to tutor for an artifact. And if you have a couple of the recursion pieces on the field, you can do a little trick I'll go over later. Our disruption is more in the stack lane than anything else, with Lodestone Golem, Damping Sphere, Smote Stack, and Ensnaring Bridge to keep us safe. We do have targeted disruption, but not much, with Survey Mechan and Null Elemental Blast. Protection is also in our playbook. We have a total of 5 swords, as well as Commander's Plate, to make any creature we want very safe.
We actually got some upgrades on our trip to Sacramento for the deck, as well as some swords to increase our arsenal, which are not in the deck, with one exception. We did pick up this masterpiece, Masterworks, and this will be going in. We do have War and Peace in there, but this will be an upgrade.
Hope of Gyroperk install our opponents, and we can bring it back with our recursion, and Stuffy Doll to slowly ping one of our opponents. Oh, did I mention we have Karn to stop everyone else from using artifacts? The deck is an artifact deck, if that wasn't obvious before. The plan is to get our creatures out and pump up them or our commander, and we have Virulent Silencer if you want to take people out with poison counters. And the Planeswalkers too. We have the Aether Spark to pump up a creature, draw or ramp, and Tezzeret, Cruel Captain, for tutoring an artifact, but mostly for the ultimate. It gives us an emblem that at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. Our path to victory involves slowing down our opponents with our stack pieces so that we can get as many artifacts on the field as possible and swing out with all of them. Shambling Suit gets huge, and Darksteel Colossus is here to constantly swing, and if our opponents try to mill us, it protects us. Poison counters with Violent Silencer is also a possible path to victory. If you hit an opponent with 10 artifact creatures, you take them out. But there is an infinite combo built into this deck, but it's a bit convoluted. You need Ugin the Ineffable, Jorah's Familiar on the field, and 2 recursion artifacts from the following: Junk Diver, Mirror Retriever, or Workshop Assailant, and Altar of Dementia. You cast a recursion creature for free, sacrifice it to the altar, you mill opponent. Return another recursion creature to your hand, cast it for free. Sacrifice it to the altar, mill an opponent. Return the first recursion creature to your hand, rinse and repeat. You will eventually mill out all your opponents and win the game. We do have Echoes of Eternity here, which allows us to copy all our triggered abilities as well as our colorless spells. That is Heart of Kiran. What do you think? It's no Karn Legacy Reforged, but this deck can still get out of hand if left unchecked. And that is it for our 32 Commander Deck Color Challenge. What Commander deck do you want me to build a deck list for and showcase? Let me know in the comments below. Check out the description for a link to our other Commander Spotlight videos, as well as product overview and openings. Best of luck with your pulls, best of luck with the games, and have a good one.